every day.
Well,
Yeah, you
Ravens could have done better.
Good weekend. How'd the Eagles do? Did they win this week?
Could have done better.
They got that win.
Did the Eagles win this week? I forget if I
Thursday
forget
night win for you.
Oh yeah,
Still
they
feels
beat
good,
the
doesn't it?
Packers, right? Oh, I remember now. That's right. I do remember now. Okay, good.
Focus. Everyone says defensively, coach. Percentage-wise, would you say last 2 days, how much has been on that end?
Well, yesterday was probably 60-40. Today was a lot of scrimmaging.
Yeah.
You know, it was really a lot of 5-on-5 where you're coaching both ends, emphasizing both ends. I had a whole practice plan scripted out of defensive drills, and you know, their intensity, enthusiasm, and energy was so good early in practice that we scrapped it and you know, let them play and rewarded them with just the good energy in the gym. So you know, their spirit has been really strong, and you know, we're working both ends.
So many vets on this team in a high competitive level. What did you see from the guys today in that 5-on-5?
Well, we saw a mismatch. LeBron and Anthony's team, you know, really sort of had their way with the other teams that we had. We had 3 teams out there, and you know, those guys really performed at a high level on both ends of the floor. So, yep.
JaVale and Dwight, who's playing well alongside AD?
Both of them. Dwight played with him today with that group, and continued to just really set a tone with his physicality. You know, we're working to make sure that he's doing it without fouling, and we don't want to put teams to the line, so he got better as practice went on with that. But JaVale had a great practice too. I mean, he really, we stopped and showed some film in the middle of practice, and he was on a couple of clips with some really strong defensive plays.
Who else did you have with that group today?
Today was Avery and Kentavious with LeBron and AD and Dwight. Okay, we'll continue to change it every day, and you know, just give different looks. Let guys all get familiar with each other. There's a lot of new faces. We're going to see and use a lot of different lineups this year, so we'll try to change it each day through camp.
You talked about the importance of getting a lot of court time for LeBron and AD together. Is it kind of difficult to find sort of fair matchups with 5-on-5 in certain scrimmage situations when those two are going to be playing a lot on the same team?
It sure is, but you know, with any mismatch, quote unquote mismatch, the other team's got to just play to their strengths. You know, that lineup is really big, so you know, they got to try to beat him with speed. You know, and you know, at some points, the other teams are able to do that. But it is difficult to find a matchup that can beat, you know, the LeBron and Anthony combination.
Frank, obviously it's no surprise that, no secret that LeBron's going to turn 35 this year. What kind of defender do you think he can be at this stage of his career?
Well, the biggest thing with him on the defensive end is his mind. You know, I mean, his anticipation and the ability to sniff out action. You know, that's the thing when we played against him when he was with Miami that blew me away. Is he always knew what was coming and broke it up with his mind and quarterbacking or middle linebacking the defense as much as what he was doing physically. And you know, he still has you know, that ability at the highest level, maybe better than ever as his experiences taking place. So he's going to be a great defender for us.
So then, having said that, just how important is he to you guys being the defensive team you want to be?
Yeah, well, you know, every great defense needs a middle linebacker. You know, somebody to quarterback the action, and you keep everybody connected. For us in Indiana, for all the talk of you know, Paul George and the perimeter, Roy Hibbert at the rim, and David West was the guy that, you know, sort of you know, talked out coverages and made in-game adjustments and sniffed things out and kept everybody talking. So you know, he'll serve that role, and you know, obviously he can dominate the game with his physicality too.
LeBron wasn't on the court when we came in. How much of the scrimmages did he participate in?
All of it until you guys came in. Yeah, I mean, he was a full participant the whole practice.
Going forward to the preseason schedule, how much do you think he's going to play, LeBron?
It's a good question. I'm not sure about that yet. Not a ton. You know, we're going to be intelligent. We want to get him enough reps to get familiar with his teammates and get everybody on the same page and build some cohesiveness, but certainly going to be intelligent, not overdoing the preseason.
How is the
A
China?
little bit on what you're saying about LeBron. Just have you thought about looking at him just physically through the year? You mentioned how great he looks shape-wise and how that could be a problem. Is that more rest? But how are you approaching just using him with the?
Just be smart, have a common sense approach. You know, we haven't. I'm really gonna, in terms of whether he's going to miss games or whatnot, we'll follow the lead of the medical team, and his reporting of how he's feeling. But we'll just kind of use common sense.
How do you look at the China trip? I mean, are you going to be able to have a full enough training camp, or how does that kind of affect what you're trying to put in October?
Sure, I feel like we're ready to play right now. we put a lot of stuff in, both offensively with our flow offense, and the variety of things that you can do out of it, as well as a lot of our defensive coverages. So we've had a really productive first couple of days, and I'm not worried about us not ready to play games against Golden State or in China.
Coach, talking to Avery Bradley like a month ago, he was itching to get back and show that he can still be that defender he was a few years ago. What has he shown you the first couple of days?
He's the guy that everybody's talking about. That's the one thing that sticks out to me is, Anthony and LeBron look imposing together. That lineup today looked imposing together. Okay, when you got two of the best players in the world competing together, and all anybody's talking about is Avery Bradley's tenaciousness, that speaks volumes about what he's been able to show in the first couple of days.
On the few minutes we got a chance to watch, Dwight very vocal on defense. Is that something you're telling him to be vocal, or is that just naturally from him?
Both. Okay, multiple defensive player of the year type of guy. It doesn't just happen with physical athleticism. You also have to be a quarterback, and no great defender is a quiet defender. So it's something we encourage with everybody, but I think he does that instinctually anyway.
Quick question about availability. We saw Jared Dudley in a red jersey. Does that signify anything? Is he available to play there?
Yeah, he participated. I think we pulled him out of scrimmage at the end. Just to manage some soreness in his knees, but that's just normal training camp stuff.
What has Kuzma been able to do? Has he done a little bit in practice?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it's still all just one-on-0 stuff with a coach, mostly stationary, and so he has not participated.
When you talk about playing, today was KCP, Dwight, and Avery. Are you looking at these as starting combinations, or are you just trying to see what the combinations look like for whenever you might need them in a game?
Yeah, all those guys have the opportunity to compete for a starting spot. So we're keeping an open mind to all of these lineups and combinations, and we'll continue to evaluate.
Frank, do you have a general approach in the season? Do you reevaluate every game? Do you like to give units a chance to match over the course of a couple games?
It's case by case. I think throughout my coaching career, I probably would try to give it a 5-game look, unless, there's been times where I say, I'm going to spend the first indefinite period of time until, without putting a number on it. But sometimes I'll say, for 5 games, I'm going to look at this guy at point guard, and then, different combination, 2 bigs, or whatever we're going to look at. 5 games, probably a general rule, but it's case by case.
Back to Avery real quick. What's he been doing on the floor to show that tenacity?
Just being in the face of whoever has the basketball. And, it's become very clear that coaching against him, it's kind of the mindset, don't dribble the ball. If Avery's on you, pass the ball. Give it up, because you're not going anywhere with the bounce with Avery Bradley on you. So, but he's shooting the ball well offensively, too. We're talking about his tenaciousness. He's really shooting not just the corner 3, the arc 3. Shot at a high level in Memphis last year, has really grown that throughout his career. And, we're going to use him a lot off of screens. It's not just a spot-up role. Our early offense or 5-out type of spacing offense, there's a lot of guys coming off pin downs, for shots, or once they get the ball, curl into the basket. Now they're the quarterback of the action. Right? Is it a curl drive? Is it a pocket pass? Is it a fan away to the point guard? They become the quarterbacks in that stuff. So, we're going to use him a lot off screens.
Last question, please.
Position-wise.
Sorry?
Avery, position-wise. Like, what is he, a combo guard?
Combo guard. Yeah, more of a wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't play the point, but he could play some point. Like if the ball finds him.
Sure.
Secondary action. Like
Yeah, he'll bring it up in secondary action. Everybody's got to have the ability to run. Run the 5 spots in a 5-out set. Yeah.
Dwight said that he thinks this could be the best defense in the league. Where do you see this team ceiling on?
We can be. There's no doubt we can be. But it's going to be on me to keep them drilled and prepared with the game plans, and it's going to be on them to commit, and continue the care factor through 82 games.
Thanks, everyone.